Alrighty guys, so I did want to do a separate video looking into the whole gem side of things so that we all understand and ahead of time we are aware on what each of the gems are going to be applying and just, fully understanding on what's going on. Again, all of this is going to be dropping on the 29th. I kind of want to get it out there right now just before Withering Waves drops, so let's dive one in and let's get a full grasp on the gem system, what is going down. So first things first, of course, it is going to be from the battlefield of chaos is when all the gems stem from. Through this we will have to obviously defeat certain stages with certain bosses depending on the typing, and then from that we can collectively get our specific gems that we are wanting. So just to talk more about that, as you guys can see, there's going to be multiple rooms. Each room will provide you certain coloring of gems. Each coloring of gems will provide you with certain stats, which we'll go over in just a second. Now, in terms of the boss's typing, I don't know if this is in correlation between the bosses being like, for example, if you head over to the Battlefield of the Dead, it's going to be a green typing boss. If you head over to the Barren Waste Wilderness, it's the lightning typing or light typing boss. I don't know if there's going to be any type of correlation between like that, which I feel like that should be the case. If that is, it'll be interesting to see what their weakness will be, unless it is where their weakness is light typing and their weakness is wind typing. Maybe that could be the case, but either way, depending on what room that we need of color typing, we can specifically go into that room and do our best to fight against the boss. Fingers crossed. Obviously the CP starting is at 180, and then I assume the better stats, I'm not too sure on what's going to happen with the harder fights, because it says 380 max, so I'm not sure if that's a better way to get better gems with like higher stats. That could be the case actually. Yeah, better gems with higher stats, that might be it if you fight the harder difficulty ones. We'll go with that for right now. Yeah, challenging content to progress our hunters even furthermore, we'll take it. So that's obviously the way that it's going to be happening in terms of getting the gems. Now this is somewhat interesting. So with it saying 5 gem slots, if you actually head over to the actual image itself, it shows more than that. So if we head over to the blue one, because the blue one shows us the majority of it, so so there's the beginning, so 1 2 3 4 5, because there's a little link up right there with this one, so 5 6 7 8, and then on the 8th one, as you guys can see, there's no other blue lining, so it by the looks of it, it's 8 slots per coloring. So I mean, I say that, I mean, yeah, it's going to be the same for all around. They're not going to just make it so that one side is 8 and then this is going to be like 3. It just doesn't make sense. So in total, by the looks of it, each coloring will provide you with 8 gem slots to apply onto your characters. So yeah, with the introduction of gems, we're going to have switch gems, which I assume is just switching gems, unless they make it so that maybe we can kind of like trade in, let's say, 2 gems for a specific, or for a chance to get a specific other gem. That could be something, and I'll go into details on what I mean by that. Gem fusion, so in turn it's kind of like the same as it is with like ruins and blessings, so I assume there will be certain materials so that we can fuse gems, or materials to get gems, so that could be a thing. And then the inventory, and then we'll start to get gem chests, just like how we have blessing chests and ruin chests, and then also legendary gem selection chests. We actually haven't had, not that I can remember, a selective ruin chest or a blessing chest, so that's the first, I will say. So there's that. Now the reason why I spoke about the switch gems, as you guys can see with the gems themselves, and especially with the coloring, I mean, there are different looks of gems, just an FYI. So you got like a little I don't know, like a diamond one there, then you got a triangle, square, so like there are different shapes. I assume the square ones are going to be the better ones. So like if we're talking about the power level, let's say if we do a 180k run, then I assume we'll get the little one, then the triangle ones are a step above, and then the big square ones will provide us with the most better stats. I think that's what we're gonna look at. But yeah, as you guys can see with the gems themselves, depending on what coloring that you're going to be going for, there are specific substats that they will provide. They are going to be different, so each coloring will provide multiple substats increase. So obviously with the 2 reds, I can already see attack increase by a certain amount, and then there's one that giving you percentage. So I assume this one will be like a straight up, let's say 1k increase onto your attack, and then this one will be like 4.7% increase of attack, right? So there's just going to be raw stat increase and a percentage increase, of course. So yeah, got to look forward to that, of course. Now, through all of this, in terms of what are the substats that are going to be correlated between the gems, we actually have a bit of an early look. So here we go. So you guys can see ahead of time on what you want to kind of prioritize at. Obviously, it's going to be more on the offensive. I feel like a lot of people are going to go crazy for the offensive gems, which is completely fine. So the gem that increases the user's additional attack, it's the red slot. Gem that increases additional defense, it's the green slot. Additional HP is the blue slot. Additional MP is the purple slot. Alright, so when it comes to the additional substats, attack is red, defense is green, HP is blue, MP is purple. Now again, things could change up, and I hope it changes up, because defense should be blue and HP should be green, so that is a bit of a work. So yeah, no, we kind of get the idea on the slots. So like red will be offensive, green should be more on the HP side of things, but alright, defense, whatever. Blue's HP, but should be on the defense side of things. And then obviously the MP stuff is going to be towards the purple. So again, that's the additional substats. So attack is going to be red slot. Attack speed is going to be the yellow slot. Cooldown reduction will be on the yellow slot. Critical hit damage will be on the purple slot. Damage increase, red slot. Damage taken decrease, green slot. Defense percent, green slot. Defense penetration, yellow slot. HP, blue slot. Or HP percent, sorry, blue slot. Healing given increase, blue slot, and then healing received increase, purple slot. Alright, so that is the current slottage for the stats on what you can pile on. Again, 8 gems per coloring for characters, of course. So I mean, realistically, I'm just, because I feel like the first character which I know a lot of people are going to be catering to is Cheyenne, and again, I don't blame you. So straight off the bat, we're going to maximize on the attack, we're going to maximize on the crit damage. So that's going to be what, purple slot for the crit damage? Yeah, attack will be a red slot, and then for the yellow slot, attack speed 100%. Where's crit hit rate? Is there no crit hit rate? There's no crit hit rate, but I assume crit hit rate has to be added, right? And it will probably be in the purple slot too, just to kind of make us work for it, right? So that will probably be the case on that one. And then defense penetration, that's on the yellow slot. Where's damage increase? Red slot. Oh, okay. So we've got the yellow, sorry, we've got the blue and green slot left. So I think for the most part it will just be defense for the green slot, and then, oh wait, purple slot. Oh no, that's going to damage. No, okay, so I think it will just be an increase on HP. So defense and HP for green and blue. So yeah, honestly, with this coming about, this will change, because you have to keep in mind the difficulty for for solo leveling a rise. It's going to go up and up and up. It already is, but it's going to go up even higher with every SSR getting buffed, and with the broken characters that are already broken, with them also getting buffed, and now with the introduction of this gem system to progress our hunters even furthermore, including JINWOO. I assume this will also affect JINWOO, of course. This will greatly increase our characters' power level and how strong they are, and obviously by that, by default, the game itself will have to also cater to the increase of power that we're getting, to make sure that the content itself isn't too easy for us. So that's why I say with Battlefield of Chaos, this is going to be an absolute fight, knowing that there's going to be multiple bosses in our way. I'm just hoping there's no timer. Oh my god, I'm not. That's the one thing which I'm starting to hate about solo leveling, the whole timer thing on it. But yeah, so that's pretty much the gem situation. If any changes do come about, I do believe that they might just make defense or defensive stats go to blue slot, and then HP stats go to green slot, because it just makes sense color wise. But if they don't, if they leave it as is, then that's fine. But I think for the rest, I think it's going to stay as is. But again, just wanted to give you guys a heads up ahead of time in terms of the gem system, with how it's going to be working, as well as knowing the substats that are going to be applied with the gems themselves. So yeah, get ready. This is going to be one hell of a fight. But again, I'm going to say this, and I stand by this. I think with the gems, with how it's going to work, is these small ones, they're going to be the first gems that we're all going to be getting through the low CP or the low power level fights, which will give us the lowest substats, and then this will be the second highest, and then the big square ones I do believe might give us like the highest stats possible for a gem. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. But anyway, there we go. That's all I wanted to talk about. It's all happening next week. Prepare yourself.